Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff with StriveScan. This evening, we welcome you to another session of our 6x6, where we're going to meet with 6 institutions and learn about them. This evening, we've got a little bit of a European feel to it. So we're going to start off with London Metropolitan, and we'll turn it over to Jaden.
All right. Making sure everyone can see my screen. All right. Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Jadon Joyner, and I'm representing London Metropolitan University. And so I am one of the international officers, and I work alongside Megan Godding. And so we help all students who are coming from anywhere in North America, whether they're coming from Canada, the Caribbean, or really anywhere in the United States. We are going to be your primary point of contact. I'm based in Los Angeles, California, and Megan Godding is based kind of in the Northeast. And so we really service all of North America, and we're happy to help you answer any questions that you might have. So just a little bit about London Metropolitan. We have 2 campuses. We have our Holloway campus and our Altgate campus. We have 10,000 students with over 147 nationalities represented. And as a UK university, specifically in England, we have this really cool 3-year bachelor's, 1-year master's program. So a lot of times in the United States, you might want to go to school. The more traditional route is to go to school for 4 years, and then maybe you get a 2-year master's degree. It's really great in London, and in the UK, you can get it done in 4 years. And so that's one of the perks of going to school in London. We also have international student scholarships, and we offer US financial aid and have veterans benefits. Oh, a little bit more about the diversity at London Metropolitan. And again, we have 147 nationalities represented, and over 96% of faculty, staff, all come from at least one underrepresented group in higher education. And so we really do believe in making college accessible and affordable for students of all different backgrounds. This is one of our famous London Met alumnus. This is Sadiq Khan, who is actually the mayor of London. And so he talks about London as a higher education capital of the world. And I think he embodies that diversity and that love for education and just educational excellence that London Met is known for. But just a little bit about the actual London. And so this is a picture, a really cool aerial picture from our Holloway campus. And then our Holloway Road campus, a little bit more about it. This is really our pretty much all-in-one campus. We have our business, we have our human sciences and social sciences here. If you're a football fan, you can go to Emirates Stadium, which is right next to our Holloway campus. And then if maybe you want to take a quick train ride to Paris, you can go to the King's Cross station, which can take you to Paris in about 3 hours. And then if you're into reading, we have, if you want to go to Hogwarts, you can also go to our King's Cross station and go to platform 7 3/4. And so that's just a little bit about our Holloway campus. And then we have our Altgate campus, which is really our design and School of Art and Architecture. And so anything from theater to fashion to photography, we just have so many different things for you to choose from. And I'm sure that we have something that you're interested in. I'm just going to bust through a couple pictures. This is a picture of our Science Center, which was very new. This is also one of our learning centers. A lot of times people think about London as being very old and almost outdated and kind of ancient, but a lot of London Met is kind of making everything more modernized, more sleek. And so this is some of our learning centers, some of our classrooms, newsroom. This is some of our art and architecture and design studios. We have cafes, bars, and chill out zones. And one thing that's great as a London Met student is there's so many discounts for different things around campus, around the city. So if you were interested in theater and you wanted to see maybe The Lion King or Les Miserables on West End, you could go and see it for like 10 or 15 pounds, which is like a little less than $20. And so there's a lot of different discounts and different things that you get as a London Met student. You also have access to different gyms and sports halls and dance studios around campus. And these are mainly in our Holloway Road campus. A little bit about the application process. So we operate on a rolling admission basis. And so we have a fall start date and a January start date. And so if you were interested in studying with us in September 2021, you could apply all the way up through July. And so we also accept UCAS, which is the UK Common App, or you can apply directly to London Met for free. And then I always like to end off here because if you want to kind of get a feel for London Metropolitan, if you want to just type this in on Google, you can check out this video to do something you love, which is this awesome student-led tour, which gives you a really good feel of what the campus is like. And then again, if you have any questions, I would say just take a quick screenshot of this. And so you can email us and ask us anything that you might be thinking of. And I'm sure we will be able to get back to you and give you a good answer. And now I'll pass it off to our next presenter. Thank you.
Thanks, Jadon. I appreciate that. Next up, we have the University of Essex.
Hello, everyone. Bear with me just a second whilst I share my screen. Hopefully you can all see that. So hi, my name is Emma and I am a representative at the University of Essex. So in keeping with this 6x6 theme, I've put together 6 of the best things about Essex. So first off is our location. So at the University of Essex, we have 3 campuses in Colchester, Southend and Loughton. Colchester is our main campus. It's where the majority of our courses are taught and most of our students study. All of our campuses are within really easy reach of London, less than an hour from London, and we're surrounded by international airports, so it's also a gateway to the rest of Europe as well. Colchester is the UK's oldest recorded town, so we have some really beautiful Roman walls and Roman architecture around the town. And in the UK, we're not known for our glorious sunshine, but in Essex, we do have some of the UK's best weather. We have some of the highest number of hours of sunshine and lowest amount of rainfall in Essex. And something that I love about Essex and sort of where we're located, you can see there on the map that we're on the southeast of the UK, really close to the coast. So we're surrounded by some really pretty beaches. We're close to the City of London. In my opinion, it's the perfect distance. We're close enough if you want to get into the city, but we're far enough away so you're not paying London prices. Surrounded by some really beautiful countryside as well. And there's some lovely, cute little villages and towns that are close by. So it's a really good mix of everything. So next up is academic teaching. In 2018, we were awarded University of the Year. That's something we were really proud of because we were recognised for putting students first. And we were also recognised for admitting students by their potential, not just by their academic achievements, by recognising the potential of students. We are gold rated in the Teaching Excellence Framework, and we're a research-led university, and we're recognised for the quality of our research. So we're top 25 for research quality. We are a university that is really well known for our social sciences. So in particular, if you are interested in politics, international relations, sociology, criminology, these are subjects that we are consistently really, really well ranked for. We offer a wide range of subjects. We've got 3 faculties, science and health, social sciences and humanities. And something that I love about Essex is that we offer very much an interdisciplinary approach. So you can pick different classes or different modules from different departments depending on your interests. So you can really shape the degree around what interests you have. Next up is student life. We have over 160 different sports clubs and societies. Some of those range from the more traditional sports clubs or departmental societies. We've got lots of cultural societies, political and representation societies too. We offer guaranteed on-campus accommodation, so you get to live on campus, or your teaching will be on campus. There's loads of facilities, so it has like a mini city vibe. And we're ranked 7th for spend on services and facilities per student. So we're making sure that the facilities and services on campus are up to date and students can really enjoy those facilities. A couple of examples would be our brand new sports arena, and we've got a brand new STEM centre on campus too. So next is cost effective. So in England, our degrees are 3 years in length. So that was just mentioned a second ago, but already that's 1 year's worth of fees that you don't have to pay for. Our fees are really competitive too. They do vary from institution to institution and course to course, but generally speaking, they're very competitive, particularly if you're comparing to out-of-state tuition. We offer some really competitive scholarships as well. So we have an Americas Regional Scholarship, which is worth £3,000 towards your tuition. We have a number of sports scholarships too for particularly talented athletes. And we offer an IB Excellence Scholarship as well. And we're FAFSA accredited, so you can use federal aid to fund your studies in the UK. Next up is employability. So if you're particularly career orientated or you want to get industry experience whilst you're at university, then a placement year might be a really good opportunity. Lots of our courses offer the opportunity to add a placement year into your degree. So that would make your degree 4 years, but one of those years would be getting a placement year. 91% of our undergraduate students are in employment or further studies. So that's a really high percentage of our students that within 6 months of graduating have either got a job or they've gone on to do a master's. We have employability modules built into our undergraduate degree. So we're encouraging you to think ahead and set some goals and make sure that you're thinking about what it is that you want to be doing once you've graduated from university. We also offer skills and CV workshops. There's also networking and career events too, and lots of our departments offer some really fantastic networking opportunities. Something that I love as well is the fact that you can learn a language completely for free alongside your degree. So we offer a languages for all programme, and you can choose up to 7 languages. You can choose 1 language from a choice of 7 to learn completely for free alongside your degree. And last but not least, probably my favourite thing about Essex is just how international the university is. We're ranked 4th in the UK for International Outlook. It's not just our students, but it's our staff as well that are from all over the world, and it's also reflected in our curriculum. Over 140 nationalities are represented on campus. That's almost 40% of our students that are from outside the UK. So you get to study, live, make lifelong friends with people that are from all over the world. And we offer, there's an opportunity to do a wide range of cultural activities on campus. And just in time, I think, are my contact details that are on the screen. So I'd be really happy to hear from you if you have any questions following that.
Thanks so much, Emma. Appreciate that. Students, obviously, don't forget that we are recording this so you can watch it later or listen to it. Also, you can ask questions in the Q&A section of any of the institutions. You don't have to wait for them to present. Next up, we have Cardiff University.
Hello, thank you. My name's Rachel and I'm an international officer at Cardiff University in Wales in the UK. So similar to previous speakers, I'm your first point of contact for any questions that you have about the university. So I'm just going to start the slideshow. So I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview of Cardiff University initially. So we're a traditional UK university. We were established in 1883, and we combine that kind of rich history with really modern, innovative facilities as well. We're quite a large university, so one of the largest in the UK. We have about 33,000 students, and within that, about 8,500 are international from over 130 different countries. So it's a very international university as well. We have a huge range of subjects to choose from. So within our 3 colleges, we offer over 300 different degree courses. Some popular options for US students include things like media and communications. We have a great journalism school that's one of the best in the UK. Things like politics, international relations, psychology, biosciences. So a really broad range of course options. So definitely something for everyone. We're also really well known for our research. So we are 5th in the UK for research excellence, and we're a member of the UK's Russell Group. So these are the 24 research intensive kind of leading universities in the UK. We're the only one in Wales. So that means that you're being taught by academics who are truly cutting edge industry leading experts. We're also consistently highly ranked within the UK and internationally, and we're currently 159th in the world, and that's according to the QS World Rankings. So coming to Cardiff means that you know you're going to a quality institution. So I just wanted to kind of highlight a few key things that kind of make up the Cardiff experience. So the first one being that you choose your major at the time you apply, and as a result our degrees are 3 years, so similar to what previous speakers have mentioned, it's the same in Wales. We also have great support facilities, so we have a dedicated international student support team, we have great careers service, we have a money service, counselling, so there's a lot of support available for all of our students, and we have great facilities. So we have around 16 libraries for you to choose from. Some are subject specific, but you can study in any of them, so you're never going to run out of places to study. And we have a lot of IT suites, some of them are 24/7 as well. And most importantly, we have one of the best students' unions in the UK. So that's where you go to join sports teams or clubs and societies, and it's where you'll spend your time outside of your studies, socialising with other students and kind of really getting that social aspect of your course. We also guarantee accommodation for every international student for every year of your degree. So you can live in the university for as long as you want to, and all of our rooms are single occupancy and about 70% are en suite as well. Similar to Essex, we have a languages for all programme, so you can study a language alongside your degree for every semester. We have things like Mandarin, Arabic, Welsh if you're interested, lots of European languages as well. And we have great graduate prospects, so about 95% of our graduates enter employment or further study shortly after graduating. We also have international scholarships and we accept FAFSA as well. So as I mentioned, our degrees are 3 years, but it is possible to build in some flexibility through professional placement years, so like a paid internship for a year or study abroad. And you can build these things in within a 3-year degree as well for shorter periods. So it's a really flexible way to study and a great way to kind of make your degree exactly what you want it to be. So one of my favourite things about Cardiff, and I think one of the best things about us, is our location. So we're based right in the heart of Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. It is a really compact but full city with lots to do. So although it's small, we have a population of about 350,000 people. It's very diverse, very multicultural. We have about 94 languages spoken in Cardiff. We have great restaurants, music, sports venues, and the university really is right in the middle, so you can walk absolutely everywhere. It's very safe, it's very friendly, and about 20% of our population are students because there are 3 universities in Cardiff. It's also one of the safest parts of the UK as well, and we're one of the most affordable cities in the UK for students. So we have the second lowest cost of rent for students. It's also a really green city. So this picture here is Butte Park, which is just to the edge of Cardiff University. And you can see Cardiff Castle just poking out of the trees there, which is about 2,000 years old. So lots of green space within Cardiff. And we're really well connected both to London, which is about 2 hours from Cardiff, and the rest of the UK. We also have an international airport too. Also really well known for our shopping. We have lots of Victorian and Edwardian shopping arcades to explore, and we're regularly used as a film location for things like Doctor Who and his Dark Materials. Also have great access to beaches, to national parks. There's a harbour area in Cardiff too, so there's lots of natural beauty on your doorstep. And I'm just going to end with a couple of final facts about Wales. So for those of you who don't know, we have our own language, which is Welsh, and it's spoken by about 20% of the population, but everyone speaks English, so you don't need to be able to speak it. We also have more than 600 castles in Wales. So that's more castles per square mile than anywhere else in Europe. So if you like history, it's definitely somewhere you should visit. So as I said, lots of natural beauty. This picture here is of Cardiff Bay, which is our harbour area. It's about 20 minutes from the university. So I'm going to end there, but feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A, or please feel free to email me as well. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Rachel. Appreciate that. Next up, we have the University of Strathclyde in Scotland, excuse me.
That's right. In Glasgow, Scotland, you are absolutely correct. So I am Shannon Herstich from the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow. We are located right in the heart of the city centre of Glasgow. Glasgow is Scotland's largest city with about 1 million people, and it's the 3rd largest in the UK. We're on the west coast of Scotland. Glasgow is very much known for its music, so if you're into music at all, any type of music at all, it's a fantastic place to visit. In fact, you probably, if you can look up some of the American bands that you like and they've been to Europe, chances are they've played in Glasgow. We have some of the most legendary music venues really around the world. Glasgow itself has has 6 universities. So we have about 170,000 students in the city itself, which means it's a very student-orientated city, lots of student discounts and lots of things for students to do. Glasgow is also one of the friendliest cities in the UK and regularly gets voted one of the friendliest cities in the UK and in Europe. And we've got excellent public transportation links. So it's easy to get around if you want to go down to London and take the train, or an easy 1-hour flight, visit other parts of the UK, or explore, the Highlands and all the wonderful green rolling hills that Scotland has to offer. It's very easy to do that by public transport. Here are just some beautiful pictures of Glasgow during sunny days. Mind you, we have a few rainy ones as well, but as you can see, it's very much a mix of traditional old lovely buildings and very modern buildings as well. We also have lots and lots of green space. In fact, some of the greenest space, or the most green space of any UK city. So lots of opportunities to kind of chill out and find a tree just to sit under and read a book, for example. So just to give you an idea of where we're located in the city centre, you can see Queen Street Station and Central Station. These are the 2 main train stations in the city. And from those train stations, you can go down to London, go up to Aberdeen, Manchester, Birmingham, any place that you'd like to go really in the UK. And very easy just to get across the country, which is only 45 minutes, to the east coast of Scotland, to Edinburgh, the capital, as well. But as you can see from the map, the campus itself is really quite contained within the city. So I think it offers this fantastic campus feel, but at the same time, you're located right in a big city where you have access to absolutely everything. It's a typical European city in that the best way to get around really is on foot. But again, we've got lots of buses in the city and an underground system as well if you want to go to other parts of the city. Just another shot of our campus from above. And actually, we're just transforming it as we speak. So there's going to be even more green if you look at this shot in about 6 months' time. It's just more chill out areas for students to hang out outside and socialize. So to tell you a little bit about the university, we were founded in 1796. So we have a long, rich history of teaching and innovation. We have about 22,000 students overall and about 15,000 undergraduate students from about 100 different countries around the world. We were voted the Times Higher Education University of the Year in 2019, and we were also voted that in 2012, the only UK university to be voted for this award twice. We have a long tradition of welcoming students to our campus. We have over 100 American students at various levels: undergraduate, master's, PhD, and of course, exchange and study abroad. And Strathclyde's founder, John Anderson, used to accompany Benjamin Franklin on his visits to Scotland. So we've been welcoming Americans for a very long time. A little fun fact, our University of Strathclyde alum, Scott Cooper, was the first Scotland-born player to play in the NFL when he played for the Chicago Bears. So, we not only have been welcoming Americans, but of course, Scotland has lots of traditions in America as well. We also offer the Fulbright Summer School program for Fulbright students every summer on our campus, and we have lots of links to different US universities as well. We are divided into 4 different faculties or colleges: engineering, science, humanities, and social sciences, and then the Strathclyde Business School. And because we're a large university, we offer over 200 different undergraduate degree programs. The Scottish system is a 4-year undergraduate degree program. So of course, we've heard about the 3-year undergraduate degree program in Wales and England. In Scotland, the programs at the undergraduate level are 4 years in length, just like the US. And in fact, if you look at many of the East Coast universities, you'll see that they were founded by Scotsmen. We also do have the opportunity for an integrated master's degree, which would include an undergraduate degree followed by a postgraduate degree and would be a 5-year program. And these are offered within engineering and science. In terms of pricing, then, you can see that the programs range from about $22,000 to $31,000 per year. So this is quite competitive when you look at other universities in the US. And Glasgow is quite an affordable city as well in comparison to other UK cities. We also offer scholarships for all of our programs that normally range between £2,000 and £5,000. We have just done up our sports center, so there's lots of opportunities to work out and kind of beat those lockdown weights or the lockdown pounds that you may have gained. And then we've got the Strathclyde Union with over 100 different clubs and societies, and students are guaranteed on-campus accommodation. Finally, just to say that our entry requirements have changed so that we're test optional for American students. If you'd like to check out more, look at our USA pages on our website, and my contact details are there. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much, Shannon. Appreciate that. Again, students, don't feel like you have to wait for the university or institution to present to ask questions. You can ask questions at any time in the Q&A section. Next up, we have the University of Stirling.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen with you, which hopefully will start in a moment. Here we go. So hopefully you can all see this now. But yeah, my name's Amy Easton. I look after all of our students applying from anywhere in the Americas. I'm see, there we go. This should be working. So Stirling is one of our universities here today. Stirling is really known as the heart of Scotland. We're located right in between Glasgow and Edinburgh, 35 minutes to Glasgow, 45 minutes to Edinburgh, which is where you'll find our two kind of major airports, probably our two most famous cities. What it means, though, is if you're studying at very much a North American style campus, we're a purpose-built campus on 330 acres of parkland, which sounds like a lot, like it sounds really big, but we've situated all of our teaching buildings, living buildings, everything you need really around our loch, which is right there in the middle of our campus. We do have kind of two major teaching buildings. We've got brand new sports facilities, over £20 million invested in our sports facilities. We are the University of Sporting Excellence for Scotland, and we're also we're voted the University of Sport for the year in 2020. We've also got things like a golf course, we've got a castle on campus, we've got a castle in Stirling City Centre, and then we also have our accommodation village, which is right on campus as well. So the actual university was founded in 1967, and we do have a medium-sized population, about 14,000 students. Of that, 120 different nationalities represented. So a really nice kind of community that we have at Stirling. We were voted safest student city in the UK by the Complete University Guide. So it really does have that sense of a North American campus where you get to know everyone. You'll say hi to everyone when you're walking from class to accommodation. We've got different things to do on campus as well, like our arts center. So we have a cinema and theater on campus, as well as like a Starbucks and Krispy Kreme. Our undergraduate degrees are 4 years. We do have classes that you can take from the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, Health Science and Sport, Natural Sciences, Social Sciences, and the Stirling Management School. So we offer over 200 different degrees from there. The admitting tests, we do only look for one of the following, which is an ACT, your SAT, or your 2 AP tests. If you have taken subject tests previous to them being canceled this year, we would accept those as well. We're always looking at our academic reference and personal statements, so we will be taking a close eye on that. We have kind of 3 different ways you can apply to us. We are on UCAS. I would say if you are looking to apply to more than one university in the UK, UCAS is your way to go. It's basically Common App, but for the UK. We also are on Common App, so if you prefer to use Common App, your schools are usually more familiar with this. We're free to apply on Common App, but we also have a free direct application online that you can use as well. But we only ask that you use one. You don't need to use all 3, just pick one and stick to it. Undergraduates, though, we do have several scholarship options. We do offer an undergraduate scholarship, which is £2,000 per year, which you would automatically be assessed for at the time of application. We also have various sports scholarships. So along with that kind of sport theme that you have across our campus, we do have scholarships for high performing athletes as well at various amounts for that. We're on FAFSA, we're on Sallie Mae, we also accept the GI Bill. Pretty much any student loan that you would get in the US to take to a US university, you can bring to Stirling as well. Tuition fees overall, we do have kind of 2 different price points. It's about just over 15,000 for a classroom-based course like history or English, and then just under £18,000 if it's a lab-based course, because you do take classes from day 1 that would be related to your major, so you'd be expected to be in the lab out doing field work if you're doing one of our science. Our living expenses were also voted the lowest living costs in the UK. We've been voted that year after year since 2017. But if you were looking to work alongside your studies, you can do that for 20 hours. That's along with your student visa. You'd have the right to work for 20 hours per week. But our average living costs, we say about 9,000 to 10,000 a year is usually what we see students budgeting. So accommodation, I mentioned we have a big accommodation village on campus. It is all apartment style living, so you do have your own bedroom. I know I definitely appreciated that as an American coming to study in Scotland. We do offer ensuite if you want to have your own private bathroom. We have 24-hour staff, and we do have off-campus housing as well. So the university is located about 2.5 miles from the main city centre, and that's where you'll find our off-campus housing. So if you want to be next to the train station or shopping mall that you'd find in a city centre, you're only ever 2.5 miles from it if you're on campus, and vice versa. If you live on campus, you're no more than 2.5 miles from everything happening in the city centre. I'll just say get in touch there. I'll end it with my own personal experience. I was a student here from California. I did my undergrad and my master's at Stirling, and now I still live here and work. It's very much a campus community. So if you do want to see people wearing hoodies and getting to know each other, that's what Stirling has to offer. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. Our last presenting institution this evening is the University of Glasgow.
Hi, everybody. I'll just go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, my name is Ashley Sabajian. I'm the Senior International Officer for the West of US at the University of Glasgow. I'm based out in California, but we actually have 3 in-country officers. So your local country rep would be Jay Shamlin, who is based in Chicago. All right, so the University of Glasgow was founded in 1451. We are the 4th oldest university in the English-speaking world. We do have a larger student body of around 29,000 students, but what's really cool about that student population is that it's made up of over 140 nationalities. We have around 1,000 North Americans studying on campus with us. We are also a member of the Russell Group Universities in the UK. So we are located in Scotland. So Scotland was voted the most beautiful country in the world by Rough Guides in 2019. I can attest you don't have to travel very far to get beautiful scenery like this. It's great for a student who has a sense of adventure, who likes to get out and explore, or who's interested in things like arts and history and culture in general. If you ask a University of Glasgow student what their favorite pastime is, they'll probably tell you to travel. So the University of Glasgow is a great location for students to take advantage of what's right on your back doorstep. So the city of Glasgow is the largest city in Scotland and the fourth largest in the UK. It is a UNESCO City of Music, and on average, there's around 150 music events that take place across the city every single week. It's also a very friendly city. So although it's a big city vibe of around, there's 1 million population or so, it's very easy to find that sense of community as well while you're living there. It has great public transportation. There's a subway system, trains, buses. So it's really easy to get around. Whenever I'm over there, I actually just walk because it's very pedestrian friendly. Our university campus is actually located in the west end of Glasgow. So Glasgow's west end is kind of more laid back part of town. This is where a lot of our students will live around our campus. This is where you're going to find architecture, fewer independently owned restaurants, shops, bars, cafes. It's right next to the foodie quarter of the city. So most of our students will live around here. So I'll just show you an aerial view of our campus as well. So the University of Glasgow is located on top of a hill. So it makes up a nice part of the Glasgow skyline. You can see it from many parts of the city. But from the top of our 13th floor library, you also get a great view of the rest of Glasgow as well. We do have a dedicated international student support team, and they are centrally located in one of our buildings on campus. So there's always someone to go to as a point of contact while you're studying with us. In terms of what you can study, some of our most popular subjects will include business management, computing sciences, engineering, and psychology, but we have well over 300 degree combinations, so many different joint majors available, major minor options, and a lot of flexibility and choice. I also just want to touch base about that degree structure in Scotland. So most of our degrees are actually going to be 4 years in length. What's really cool about that is that you are able to have that focus and you're able to study your major from day one without general education or core curriculum requirements, but you still also get that ability to explore different subject areas. So most students will actually be able to take a subject from outside of their major in years 1 and 2. And as you progress into your upper honors years of years 3 and 4, you focus mainly on your major. In terms of entry requirements, we do have all of these available on our website. So please do check out our USA country pages, but we are test optional this year. So we will be looking for students, with a great high school transcript. So please just have a look online and ask questions if you want to know more about the test optional requirements this year. Just to round up with some additional information, all of our international students are guaranteed accommodation. Most of our accommodation is single occupancy and within a 15-minute walk of our campus, which is really great for students. Our tuition starts at around $25,000 per year of study, and living expenses are roughly around $1,000 a month. We do accept FAFSA as well as the GI Bill, and we have some merit-based scholarships available for students. There's no separate application process for our merit awards. You're automatically assessed for this, and they are valued at £5,000 per year of study and given as a tuition discount. As I mentioned before, we do have 3 US-based senior international officers. So students are welcome to get in touch if you do have any questions about this process. When you arrive on campus, you'll have a full orientation program for our international students. So you're fully supported once you arrive, and you can also apply through the Common App or UCAS. Thank you all so much, and please feel free to get in touch if you have questions.
Thanks so much, Ashley. Appreciate that. So we have a few minutes left this evening, and I thought I would ask all of the representatives to come back on camera real quick. And I'm going to ask them to answer the question for us. What is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And so we'll go with the order that we presented in. So London, I will let you take it off first.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. So in terms of London Metropolitan, we have 2 main campuses, but we're really at the heart of London. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit, only because I haven't gotten a chance to actually get on campus yet. And so I think one of the cool things about London is they take Christmas very, very seriously. And so one of the coolest events that I've actually got a chance to visit is Winter Wonderland, which is essentially this massive amusement park and festival kind of food and everything combined into one. And so that's something that every single Londoner is looking forward to kind of in their time while they're there. And so you get a chance to go there, get on a Ferris wheel. There's so many things to do. And I would also just add that London was ranked like the #1 city for international study because of the mixing of cultures, because of everything that you can do there. And so that's definitely one of the coolest things that you're able to do as a London Metropolitan student.
I think I'm up next. So my favourite event at the University of Essex is something called One World Essex, which is basically a week-long party just celebrating all international cultures on campus. Yeah, there's an international food festival. We do this thing, a parade of flags. So all students will march their flags around campus. There's an international cultural crawl as well, so celebrating local culture. And then the week finishes off with a massive international party. So I think that's my favorite event on campus.
Very fun. Thank you. Rachel, what do you got for us?
I'm going to cheat a little bit now too, because now that someone else has cheated, I feel confident about it. So I'm going to give 2 events. So I would say one of them is Varsity, which is where we have a sports competition with Swansea, which is another big Welsh university. It takes place on one day, and lots of our teams compete with one another, often using our kind of huge sports stadium in the city. So that's pretty cool and a lot of fun. But I also really love our open days because we have a huge number of students visiting at the same time. We open up the campus to students and their families, and it's just great to see everyone really excited to see Cardiff in real life. And they're virtual at the moment, which is obviously not quite the same, but it's still a great way to find out more about the university.
Very nice. Thank you. Shannon, I think you're up next.
Thanks. I am gonna cheat a little bit and just say I think it's our location. We are right next to Merchant City, which is one of the coolest parts of Glasgow. Lots of tradition there, but at the same time, lots of renovation. And so really cool pubs, restaurants, again, music venues, just such a really cool location, literally on the doorstep of the campus.
Nice. Amy, what do you have for us tonight?
So I've got something that's very traditionally Scottish, and that's our Burns night. So we do a Burns supper. It's always in January. I think a lot of people in Scotland celebrate it, and it's for Robert Burns, our famous author, poet, and kind of literary hero to Scotland. It's a ticketed event, so it's very affordable. It's usually about £10 for students to buy and go. You get a full dinner, so you get your haggis, neeps, and tatties. You've got a bagpipes, you've got a ceilidh, which is a traditional Scottish dance, and you get to hear the toast to the lassie and ode to an haggis, and hear some traditional Scots. And it is like the most fun night, especially for our international students who haven't had that Scottish culture before.
Very fun. And then Ashley, wrap us up this evening, please, ma'am.
Yeah, I think for me, my favorite tradition and event on campus would be Freshers Week. So the week before classes start, this is just once students have kind of moved in, there's a full week of events where it's basically open doors for all of our clubs and societies. You get to try out all of these free sessions. You get to test out all these different clubs and meet a ton of people and really just dive in to the student life aspect. So there's over 250 clubs and societies. So a lot of students like to, try out all these free sessions before they decide which ones they actually want to join when classes start.
Very fun. I want to thank each of the institutions for joining us this evening. Certainly thank you to all the participants for joining us. You will get a quick survey after we close this. So I would appreciate you taking a few seconds there and answering our 4 questions. So again, my name is Jeff on behalf of StriveScan and the institutions. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening and come back again and learn about other universities. Bye, everybody.